Kilometer ist angebrochen für Alejandro Castillo auf den 20.000 Meter seines 500 Meter Laufes und good luck, come on Alejandro, allez.
36.11, it's not bad, is it? From Yesenia. And Laura Barrs, her last attempt was at 21.76. Can she improve? That'll be a no on that one, I think. Just lost the grip. Has it left the hand? Wonder if that was due to the conditions. It is appalling weather out there, as you can see. Here comes Miley Aretha, Miley Buitrago Aretha. 20.91 last time out. Scoreboard showing 0. It looked a little bit further than that. Just wonder if there was a red flag on it, maybe, but not too sure on that one. And there's the bell for Alejandro Pacheco Castillo. So one more lap for the Mexican.
Letzte Runde für Vereinigten Mexikaner, 300 Meter für Alejandro Pacheco Castillo und wir drücken ihn den Daumen. Wir wollen ihn an auf den letzten 50 Metern, alleine sein Geist, alleine sein Geist und abpusht er noch.
It's the easiest race win that he'll ever have, but I'll be focusing, I'm sure, a lot more on the time. And then down the final straight, Alejandro Pacheco Castillo and his guide urging him along. Grip the teeth, push through the pain barrier. Athlete has to finish first, and he does. Alejandro Pacheco Castillo emptying the gas tank. Great effort for the Mexicans.
16 Minuten 40, inoffiziell zeigt hier den Mexikaner nach seinen 5000 Metern. Wir gratulieren. Und der hier die Tour hat, wenn sich erholt. Die wohl auch eine wahre Duschkreuz, so schwierig, schon beinahe die erste Rollstuhlathlet gereinigt bekommen sein dürfen, der Männer mit Klasse 53 und 54.
Our first 5,000 meter race out of the way. Done and dusted. Alejandro Pacheco Castillo obviously wins it. Get the time to see if we can. Still to come then, we do have our next 5,000 meter race. It's the men's T53 and T54. We'll turn back to Laura Barrs on the discus here. A little bit more like it from Lara. It's a little bit short of her second attempt, which was at 21.76, so that's still the standard for Lara Bars to try and beat. Can the Colombian beat that total with her fourth attempt? Drago Ariza. Looks to be around the 20-meter mark, doesn't it? Not quite the 20.91 she's already thrown. Oh, my apologies, 22.52. That is an improvement for Buitrago. Excellent throw. Back comes her teammate. Senja.
Das 5000 Meter Rennen der Männer in Klasse 53, 54, die erste Serie ist Joshua George, USA, Shobatnaba, Japan, Alexei Buchanov, Russia, Brian Seaman, United States, Tristan Smith, Canada, Alejandro Maldonado, Argentina, Alfonso Zaragoza, Mexico, Gonzalo Valdivonos, González, Mexico und Marco Antonio Caballero Padilla aus Mexiko.
Here's the start list then for our next 5,000 meter race. Should be an absolute belter this. We've got Joshua George of the USA, Sho Watanabe from Japan, Russia's Alexei Bichanuk, USA's Brian Seaman, Tristan Smith from Canada, Alejandro Maldonado from Argentina, a trio rather of Mexicans to round things out as well. We've got Alfonso Zaragoza and Gonzalo Valdovinos Gonzalez. Should be a great race, this one. Loads of pedigree within it. As the starter calls them forward. And away we go, away first time. Forming. Previous leader happy to let second place take the reins for now. Let's have a look at them. It looks like number one leading the way. That's Joshua George. The USA. That's Alejandro Maldonado of Argentina. Long way back. That front three have been reined in for more of a top 7 really. It's quite a close race in the early going here in a couple of minutes. They come down the home straight. Joshua George now at the back of the pack. That's the number 2 leading the way. That's Sho Watanabe in front of Alexei Bichenok, who's in the blue. See another discus attempt there by the Colombian athlete, Yesenia. I'm not sure if she'll top the 36 metres that she pulled out earlier on in the competition. Oh, she's close. In fact, she's gone beyond. 36.14 is beyond that 36.11 she threw earlier. Fantastic work from Yesenia. Here comes Laura Bars.
Tristan Smith in front, in the lead, Tristan Smith from Canada. Ein Spitzentrio hat sich abgesetzt in der Zwischenzeit.
We're going to look back at the track. I think it's an entertaining race so far in this T54. 21.15 for Laura Bars. Still struggling to top that 21.76 she threw earlier. Bertriga Aretha.
Also die 7 Runden können in Sichtzeit wieder noch angezeigt werden.
You can see in the background there the wheelchair race is absolutely bulleting past. Competitive race this. And we'll get a look at them in a moment. Colombians are happy. 2 great performances as we pick the race back up here. It's Alexei Bichenok who leads the way. Clear group of 3 forming for the lead. Joshua George leading the second little group here, accompanied by the 2 Mexicans. Right at the back of the pack, this is Alejandro, well, that's number 4, that's Brian Seaman. Tristan Smith now out in front in the white helmet from Canada. Bichenok is in the blue. I think it's Sho Watanabe in between them. Just letting Tristan Smith do all the hard work here as he slipstreams him and now takes over. The three working together here in this lead pack to show Watanabe. So these are the three leaders: Watanabe, Bichenok and Smith. Just trading leads to keep themselves in front. Watanabe then currently leads. He used to play baseball before he took up the sport of wheelchair racing. He was part of the gold medal winning World Championship team in the 4x400 in London in 2017. He was dreaming of the first Paralympic Games, and it would be some first games. It would be in his home country of Japan, of course, in Tokyo. So Bichenok takes over the lead now for Russia. He was a world finalist in Dubai and reached 5 world finals in his first international event in athletics. That was in Doha in 2015 at the World Championships. He switched from Nordic skiing 6 years ago. Very similar sport, actually, if you look at the actions of both wheelchair racing and Nordic skiing. Just a slightly different landscape, of course, but Bichenok was a world champion in Nordic skiing, won that gold in cable at the 2015 World Championships, and got a Paralympic Games silver medal in his home country of Sochi in 2014, having made that transition from para-Nordic skiing to para-athletics. He's continued to be right at the top of the game. Plenty of world finals. Finals 2 years ago in Dubai in the 400 and the 1500. He's more than capable of going these long distances. He's got fantastic conditioning. Now with the lead is Tristan Smith, the Canadian finalist in Rio. Fourth place in the Commonwealth Games Marathon in wheelchair racing. It was a photo finish, that one, for third place. So they're the main three: Smith, Watanabe and Bichenok. It's Maldonado they're lapping there, I think. They take the bell, these three. Now the battle's on. They've helped each other get to this point. Now it's all about who can take the lead and hold the lead. Currently that's Tristan Smith of Canada, but now making his move is Sho Watanabe and Alexei Bichenok. They're both going here. Tristan Smith has to hold on that inside line, but it's been taken by Sho Watanabe, and now Tristan Smith's got work to do. He'll have to go from the outside if he can hold it together. I'm not sure he can. It's a straight battle between two then for Watanabe and Bichenok. On the left of your picture, in they come. It's going to be really close for the finish. Oh, Bichenok gets there by a fraction, I think. That was incredibly close. I think he timed it to perfection. Wow. Bichenok by a hair's breadth, I think, has got the win in our first T54 race. If that's what we can expect from the 5,000 metres we've still got left to come. We've got two great races still to come. They are going to be absolutely brilliant. Fantastic race between Bichenok and Watanabe there in the final 200 metres. They overtook Tristan Smith of Canada, and they went wheel to wheel over the finish line. Brilliant race. Really enjoyed that one. I'll get those times to you when we can. Super racing here in Nottwil. Thought we might see a couple of tactical races given the conditions, especially. This is Alejandro Maldonado on his final lap. He's been competing for years and years and years. Made his international debut in '95. Retired in 2013. He came back for the Tokyo Games. He'll retire after them. And from Avellaneda in Argentina. Fourth in Beijing in 2008 in the 1500 meters was his career highlight. This is Brian Seaman of the USA. He finishes his race. And then comes Maldonado. And that will finish the fields. Not too sure of the order of Joshua Green and the Mexicans in the middle, but no doubt about the front three. That was headed up by Alexei Bichenok, followed by Sho Watanabe of Japan, and Tristan Smith on an island in third. Fourth, fifth and sixth were then followed home by Brian Seaman and Alejandro Maldonado. Get the final results to you when we can here in Nottwil. Still got plenty to come. This was the finish, and what a dramatic finish it was. Have a look at this. This was how close it was. As they headed into the final lap, it was Tristan Smith who led the way. And then up the middle, down the inside came the charge. Smith was left behind, and it was wheel to wheel for the line. Watanabe had it at one point. He had it right until the end, it seemed. Have a look at this in the slow-mo. Bichenok digging in. And he just got there. Incredible finish from the Russian. And he takes the win in our first wheelchair 5,000 meters. Great race.
Mit Alexei Bichenok gewann, ein unsicherer Athlet, eine spannende Serie, 3 Athleten waren da stets an der Spitze da haben dieses Rennen geprägt. Brasilien prägt das nächste Rennen. Wir kommen zu den nächsten Männern 5000 Meter im Klasse 44 und 53. Wir werden dabei haben aus den USA Daniel Romanchuk, der Weltrekordhalter, Brent Lakatos aus Kanada, mit dem Herrn Nummer 2 ins Rennen steigen. Arthur Huch dabei, in der Schweizgruppe. Joshua Cassidy, Kanadier, der zweite Kanadier, mit diesem Feld. Dann Aaron Pike aus den USA. Julian aus Frankreich. Ganz starkes Wiesbeck, Franzosen. Hier spannend, hier auf die 12,5 Runden.
Second race is just making its way to the start gates.
And
what a lineup this is, by the way. Oh, amazing. Here is your start list then. Daniel Romanchuk is on my start list on the programme, but not there. We'll wait and see if we see Daniel. Brent Lakatos of Canada will be out there, so too the Silver Bullet Marcel Hoog. Joshua Cassidy of Canada, Aaron Pike of the USA, Julien Cassoli of France, Kota Hokinwe of Japan, Faisal Al-Rajahi of Kuwait, Badia Abbas Al-Hassani from the UAE, and David Weir, the great David Weir from Great Britain. You see the shining silver helmet of Marcel Hoog, the Swiss native. He knows this track incredibly well. Competed at the World Championships in London, which I saw in similar conditions to this Marcel Hoog. He was all conquering in London, and a couple days where we had rain similar to this, and it was dynamite. A pretty stacked field, as you can see. Make out 9 starters. And away and racing we go. It's Daniel Romanchuk who leads the way. He is out there in the red, Daniel Romanchuk. Good start in the red. He's the world record holder for this race at 9:42.83. Some stiff competition for the likes of Lakatos, who leads the way at the moment. Marcel Hug in the mix as well. A 5,000 metre race so often isn't about necessarily speed, it isn't about necessarily who's got the most endurance. Sometimes it can be who can play the race the best, who can think the clearest, who can spot their way to first position, who can time it right. Lakatos cedes the lead to Marcel, who takes a look, takes a breather. We spoke to earlier, and he said he was expecting a close race, he was expecting a tactical race given the conditions. I don't think there's going to be any great surprise. David Weir tucked in second place behind Marcel Hug at the moment. Romanchuk in fourth. Moving up there, I think. Romanchuk now up to third. Back comes Marcel Hug just to take his place in the peloton. Weir leads them out. Followed by Joshua Cassidy of Canada. He's in second place at the moment. This is a really, really close race. Just one pack the whole way through, trading the lead away. Don't want to lead the whole way around. You just end up slipstreaming the other athletes, giving them an advantage. It's a weird way they're working in a group at the moment. Just to keep the pace, similar to a peloton in cycling. Canadian who has the lead at the moment. Not even halfway around this 5,000 metre race. Romanchuk tucked in to second place, and third at the moment. That's Aaron Pike of the USA in the sleeveless jersey. Turn to the lead then. Fascinating tactical race so far. Just up-to-date set of international results which have some relevance. Marcel Hug was second in the World Championships in 2019 in Dubai. He finished a 10th of a second behind Prawat Waharam of Thailand. He isn't here in this race, neither is the bronze medalist Yong Zhang of China. Romanchuk was in fourth in that one. Aaron Pike and Julien Cassely, who are also in this race, were in that final. 3 Chinese athletes and the 3 Thai athletes who made up that final in Dubai. They're not in this race. This is a really interesting one, just to gauge where these athletes are ahead of Tokyo. It's Pike who leads the way at the moment, followed closely by the rest of the pack, but the man in closest proximity is Julien Casoli of France, the number 6. On his helmet, 81 on his chair. Lakatos tucked into 3rd place, just allows himself a breather. A seasoned campaigner from Canada. And he loves racing. It's so nice to be back out there, he says. He's not had too much chance to train and get track time ahead of what's a crucial year, of course. Casoli takes the front. Now then, is this our first move, I wonder? Brent Lakatos hits the front and tries to pull away. We've seen him up in his chair, he's taken breathers throughout this race, and now Brent Lakatos decides now is the moment to go. Who can go with him? Romanchuk back there in the blue helmet, the red top, he spots that and thinks, well, I've got to go too. So too Marcel Hug, who's in 2nd place at the moment. Lakatos going for goal here. Still quite a long way left of this race. Mentioned at the start, timing was absolutely everything. Has Lakatos gone a bit early? Will he be reined in by the rest of the field? So much experience and quality between them.
Eine Attacke von Brent Lakatos, 1600 Meter vor dem Ziel.
Romanchuk and Weir are in 2nd and 3rd. Hug is in the mix 2 and 4th. At the moment it looks like Romanchuk has decided he's the one to challenge. The group of 3 behind contain Weir, Casoli and Hug. Will they work together to try and get themselves up to the front too? Romanchuk has caught Lakatos. Burst of speed from the American. And now it's Canada versus USA for the 1-2. Lakatos will have expended a lot of energy in making that push by himself. Just had a little look there to get round Romanchuk. Didn't quite have that in the bag. This is a proper race in the rain in Nottwil. Romanchuk looks left, looks right. Lakatos right on his back. There's the chasing pack. Casoli and Weir. Dropped all the way back. So too Weir. So it's the leading 2. You can barely even see Lakatos. He's that close up behind Romanchuk. Almost in synchro, these two. Way behind as they take the bell. This is where it all comes down to it. All or nothing. Lakatos versus Romanchuk. 3rd will be a great race, make no mistake about that. But this is all about 1st and 2nd. As the main pack take the bell. Lakatos now then begins to make his move, wheel to wheel with Romanchuk. There's a little bit of contact there. Lakatos trying to go around the outside, has to dig in. Romanchuk can dig deep here to keep his line, keep that inside. Take the shorter track as they turn into the home straight here. This will go down to the line. 1 versus 1 to the line. It's Lakatos who gets there. What a weekend for Brent Lakatos it has proven to be in Nottwil. The Canadian gets the victory over a world-class field. Julien Cassouli of France will get 3rd. I think who just nipped in to take 4th there. And that was a fantastic race between Brent Lakatos of Canada and Daniel Romanchuk of the United States. Hugely entertaining. A gripping battle, that one. The athletes at the end, quite right too, are absolutely goosed.
Das war eine Show-Einlage der ganz besonderen Art. Ja. Wir hoffen, dass möglichst viele Leute zu Hause live stehen, die
breathtaking race.
Das war jetzt Werbung
On the men's T54. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Romanchuk got off to a great start, and it was super tactical right from the get-go. The lead was exchanged between Lakatos, Weir, Romanchuk, Hoog, Pike, Cassouli. They all had a go at leading, all kept the peloton together, and then at some point, about 3/4 of the race in, Lakatos struck out and offered a challenge, threw it down to the rest of the pack. Can you catch me? Romanchuk took up the baton. He was the only one who stepped up to the plate, really. No one else really got close. From that point on, it was a straight-up battle between Romanchuk and Lakatos, and it was one the Canadian just had the power to win in the final stages. That was Lakatos striking out on his own. Look at the gap that he built up, and Romanchuk was the only man who went for him. Sprint power got him back in contention, and then it was those two against the rest. Never in doubt as to anyone if anyone was going to catch them. And it was a great head-to-head battle, this. Lakatos in the end, timing it absolutely perfectly. All those years of experience for the Canadian. And this was the finish. Perfectly timed, and he gets the win here in Nottwil to round out what's been a great weekend for the Canadian athlete. Welcome back. Yeah, 4th was close, goodness me. I think Hoog just hit David Weir there. Terrific battle, that one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Still got one brilliant final race to come. Let's have a look then at the results from our previous race. Goodness me, look how close that was between Alexei Bichenok and Sho Watanabe. 100th of a second after 5k. Goodness me, amazing. Fantastic race between those two. Second one was a touch more clear-cut, by much mind. And the final race of the day will be in the women's T53 and 54 class. Brilliant race in prospect here. We've got the all-conquering marathon wheelchair racer in Manuela Scher of Switzerland. Tatiana McFadden, Paralympic legend of the USA, is in there as well as Chelsea McClammer. Susanna Scaroni of the USA too. It's a stacked field, can't wait for it. Here's the confirmed results, nice and quickly in. And the win going to Brent Lakatos, 10:17.24, not bad in those conditions at all. Marcel Hug just holding on to third place by 0.03 of a second over David the Wolf Weir. Plenty of people have been working so hard behind the scenes here in Switzerland just to get this event on to start with. It's been a huge effort. A huge congratulations to all the organisers and anyone who's been involved with getting Nottwil on this year of all years. We'll hear from plenty more over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm sure, but here's some more reaction from a part of our organisers.
Andreas Heiniger, thank you for stopping by. As the head of the competition, what's your conclusion of the last 3 days?
Well, I'm just happy to run this event, especially for all the athletes. It has been now 1.5 years. There wasn't really competitions on the field and track anymore, so we're just glad to run this event. And yeah, as we just came back now from the 5,000 of the men, that's just impressive to have again these people in front of the, well, we don't have spectators, but we have the live stream, so everyone was involved as well. So impressive to see the guys, what they did in the last few months, and now they are able to compete. And looking forward to the last race, 5,000 meters for the women's. And so really just glad to offer this opportunity to all the athletes and the companies to stay here in Nottwil for the Grand Prix.
Absolutely. What's the feedback you got from athletes or from nations? Can you say something?
It's a bit the same, yes, sure.
Pretty positive.
Also comments really positive because they were just happy that we run this event, sure. We had a good protection concept. That's also is very important at these challenging times. So they came to Switzerland to compete. It's familiar because we know each other very well, but it was pretty a time we didn't see each other. So pretty happy, everyone. Probably weather could be better, but they could compete. We go on next week to Arpon and then the Europeans in the Europe. And so, yeah, really, at the end, just happy that we could run this event. And also the positive feedback, like, as you may see over there, and Brent Lakatos just finished his 5,000. He's happy, we're happy. When athletes are happy, so the LOC as the organization is happy.
We're very thankful. Thank you very much for stopping by. All the best, Andi Heiniger.
Thank you.
Our final race of the weekend then. What a great one to end on this. Manuela Scher and Patricia Eekhuis of Switzerland, Gunilla Wallengren of Sweden, two Americans there, Chelsea McClammer and Tatiana McFadden, joined by their teammate Susanna Scaroni a little bit further down the list. We've got the Brazilian Rocha Alina dos Santos and Gita Den Boer of the Netherlands. Great lineup. Also on my start list, I've got the addition of Jenna Fessamaya and the Mauritius athlete Maria Manuela Alphonse. See if they get their way to the starting line. come to the line then. Conditions are, well, let's say, far from ideal. Plenty of these women have seen and raced in worse, I'm sure. Here they come to the mark then. McFadden has the inside line. Manuela Scher next to her. Chelsea Clammer with the red stripe on the helmet. Susanna Scaroni in the blue of the USA next to her. Nikita Den Boer is in a typical orange of the Netherlands, and we're underway. Happily takes the early lead. Mania is having absolutely none of that, and the German is going to take things out early. Slightly different approach than what we saw in our men's race. Merla Menia, followed by Susanna Scaroni and Nikita Den Boer, who lead them out. They've just offered a bit of a challenge to the other girls, just to say, well, this is the pace we're going to set. Can you come with us? Lots of Manuela Scher and Tatiana McFadden, who've seen it all in wheelchair racing over long distance. They're not going to be allowed to dictate the pace of this one. It's the German who leads the way. She's going to hand over the lead in just a moment. Susanna Scaroni of the USA. She was in bronze medal position in this race in Dubai 2019. Reigning world champion isn't with us, that's Li Hongzhu. Neither is the Australian Madison De Rosario, who is in second place in that race. Nikita Den Boer finished in 4th. Chelsea Clammer was in 8th. Trisha Ekus was in 6th in that event in Dubai. The record is held by Manuela Scher. Set it in Switzerland. 10:51.17. I'd be very, very surprised if we went anywhere close to that, given the conditions here in Nottwil. But it's the Dutch athlete who's made the way forward here to the front. She's going really well. Similar to what Brent Lakatos did, although much, much earlier in the race. Nikita Den Boer is saying, come get me. Consider the gauntlet thrown down. Manuela Scher in the mix. She's in second place at the moment. Ahead of the chasing pack. Third place there belongs to Jenna Fessemeyer in the red, number 10 on her helmet. Alemania is still in the mix, the number 7 from Germany. So too is Susanna Scaroni of the USA. Den Boer is being reined in by the pack kit. You can see there the wheel sloughing up the rainwater off the track. Vision can't be the easiest thing out there at the moment, but plenty of these athletes, it is just head down, grit your teeth here, stick in it. Nikita Denbor is being reined in by the pack. Headed up by Scaroni, followed by Cher, and then it's Vesemaya. Menya is still about as well. Joanna McFadden fairly comfortably towards the back. It looks like she's had her fill in terms of this Nottwil event. Then Cher, then Vesemaya. At the back of that little pack is Merla Manya. Any one of these women back themselves to win the race from this point. Nikita Denbor reined in. Question then for the Dutch athlete is, does she still have the energy to keep with the pack, who've had the help of exchanging the lead and working in a team? Will Denboro must be punished here for going early, for striking out. The order hasn't changed in a little while. We've not seen any exchanging of the lead here. Denbor is trying to offer it. That's Mauritius's Alphonse being passed there. Denbor here, she's held this lead. I can't help but think the other athletes are just trying to make her work even harder. No, Manuela Cher has the gas tank, the all-conquering marathon racer. There's Tatiana McFadden, who's racing her own race towards the back. She seems pretty content to leave the others to it. Essentially a warm-down race this for Tatiana McFadden. Towards the front of the pack, a really good race is developing here. Cher takes the lead then. Denbor is not finding an easy route back into the pack. Have to work really hard from the back here just to stick with this group. Can she earn her way back into the pack here? Keep herself in touch of the lead. To hand over the lead here to Vesemaya. And credit to Nikita Denbor, she's held into the pack here, she's kept her place. That early charge hasn't seemed to have cost her anything, she's still well in this. Our front five, leading quintuplet, who Who will be the woman to take this one out? Another lap down. Vesemaier wants to hand the lead over. The German athlete then leads them down the back straight.
Vesemaier und Lehrlinge gleich geht es auf die 16.000 Meter. Applaus für diese 5 Skifahrer.
A little bit little down the back of the pack. We'll refocus our attentions here on the front 5. It's Merle Menier, and Merle Menier here is going for it. She's trying to strike out. Pack here have to go with. At this stage they can't afford to let one go. One goes, they all have to. Scaroni then follows in close proximity. Nikita Denbor is in the mix. He's not gone anywhere. Neither has Manuela Scher or Jenna Vesemaier.
103.
I think seems to realise that she's not going to have it her own way. She's not going to be able to lead and pull out a big gap. It's known, this Nottwil circuit, as the fastest wheelchair racing track in the world. Not this week, it isn't. Looking at rainwater. Seen some brilliant racing. Here comes the bell then. Anyone from 5. What a race to finish here in Nottwil. Scaroni takes the lead, takes over. We're going to come to the back straight in a moment. Alphonse of Mauritius is going to have to make way for the battle that is raging behind her. It's Scaroni from Menier. Here comes Nikita Denbor down the inside. Manuela Scher trying to make it happen down the outside. Vesemaier at the moment being left behind. Scaroni a touch on an island here for the USA, but can she hit that burst of pace and can she hold it? Look at the stroke rate from the American. Here come the challengers. Scher on the outside is a big, big threat. Nikita Denbor might have left too much to do. Can Scaroni hold off the challenge of Scher? Yes, she can. And it's Susanna Scaroni of the USA who gets the win. Brilliant race to end it.
Wins round and
Looking at the Brazilian is Roger dos Santos. Medalist for later placings. Swedish athlete alongside her, Gunilla Wallingben. Indeed. Rain continues to bucket down here in central Switzerland. Well, a great race to close things out here, to close the show from Nottwil. Superb individual races we've seen over the course of this weekend. Let's have another look back at this one then. This was the first big juncture. Nikita Denbor struck out on her own, challenged the rest of the pack to come with her, and 5 managed to. Eventually reined in Nikita Denbor, and it became that front 5 which then defined the rest of the race. Nikita really digging in to stay with that pack. Once she ceded the lead, she was only going to be let in at the back of the 5, and she just had to hold that position until the next takeover occurred. And then when it did, it all came down to who could time it the best, who would position themselves in the optimum line at the optimum time to take the victory. In the end, it was the American Susanna Scaroni. Thought Manuela Scher might have a good chance down the outside, but in the end Scaroni just had too much pace around that final bend. Her final 200 was so quick. Great third for Nikita Denboer. It was a fantastic race from her. And Manuela Scher in the end taking second place, but Susanna Scaroni, a super race from the American to round out some fantastic racing this weekend. That's the scene currently in Nottwil here in central Switzerland. It is bucketing it down. Did see some glimmers of sunshine a little bit earlier on. Been overcast most of the day, but the rain is teeming down now. Thankfully, the sport has kept us thoroughly entertained. It looks like the final stages of the event are just being taken down on the track. There was a relay scheduled in on the programme. I'm not sure by the look of things that that's going to take place. There was just the one team competing within it. As soon as I hear, I will of course let you know. Welcome back to Nottwil. We still do have the Universal Relay still to come. It was originally slated in for half an hour's time. I can't imagine that will still be the case. So whilst we find out the news from that one, we'll play a couple of messages for you. But do stay with us. The Universal Relay will be coming soon. As soon as I hear about it, I will of course let you know. Stay with us. Universal Relay still to come from Nottwil to close out the show.
Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life. It's about what you inspire others to do. Live your version of freedom of movement. We support paraplegics for a lifetime.
Mut heißt aufstehen, wieder aufstehen. Mut heißt abfahren, auf was man will, auf wen man will und wie man will. Mut heißt vertrauen und verzeihen, Pläne machen und bloß nichts machen, nur weil andere es von dir erwarten. Mut heißt mal gewinnen und mal verlieren, aber niemals den Mut. Mut heißt machen. Allianz.
Flow, das beglückende Gefühl restloser Fokussierung. Focus Water. Find your flow.
Nach all dieser Zeit, nach all diesen schönen Erlebnissen soll ich jetzt einfach gehen.
Herr Schneider,
Jetzt habe ich doch gerade die Weiterbildung gemacht.
Ihren Schlüssel bitte.
Wie lange bin ich jetzt schon bei Ihnen?
Seit 3 Tagen.
Freiwillig geht bei uns keiner gerne. Campus Sursee, das größte Seminarhotel der Schweiz.
Buchen Sie doch das nächste Mal auch noch das Wochenende. Hm?
here in Nottwil. Good news is we have one more race to come. Blocks are out for a 4x100 metre race. This will be Team Germany going in this one. T35 to T54, that's the athletes participating within it.
So, letzter Event an diesem Paralympics, leider mit im Ring. 4x100 Meter Staffel, Universal Relay mit dem deutschen Team, mit Kategorie.
It's trying to keep warm. They won't keep dry, I'm
und Alasa.
Catherine Müller-Rutgart of Germany. She's going to kick things off on the 4x1, running with a guide. Team 12 athlete for Germany. In goes the handover. Now it's Nella Rose of Germany to hand over. Really quick last 100. And on to the wheelchair racer to round things out. On the final sprint, a little bit of everything from Germany shown there. We have a visually impaired athlete, blade runner. We had the coordination impairment, and we have the wheelchair racer as well. A little bit of everything there. Lovely to see.
4x100 Meter Staffel erfolgreich, so scheint das absolviert. Ganz herzliche Gratulation. Und damit sind wir beim letzten Wettkampf, respektive wir sind im Ziel.
Al-Hassan Balde, who brings them home.
Gratulation und jetzt schon alles Gute für Tokio. Und wir alle Helfer sind ebenfalls im Ziel.
The whole team there.
Hey, merci vielmals euch alle zusammen. Job, zusammen, jetzt der Sonntag für den Rennen, alle 4 Tage haben wir großartig gemeistert.
Man on the blades. A good result for Germany, lovely coordination between four athletes. Shame really that what coordination wasn't taking part in that one at all. It's a fun event.
Und noch Kampfmittel können wissen, dass sie auch kompetente Leute an der Strecke auf der Bahn, neben der Bahn, und dass sie da immer wieder herkommen können.
Ladies and gents,
Danke vielmals
a lovely competition here in Nottwil. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Stellar performances. World record and Alejandro. That was amazing to watch. And the world record as well in the long jump. Young on day number 2, 6:02 in the long jump, the first T62 ever to break 6 meters. Round things out in a really perfect way here. So many different styles and impairments all working together as a team. What we love to see. Great work from Germany there to round out the competition. Here in Nottwil, the Parathletics 2021 Grand Prix is over from the Switzerland leg. It will rumble on for the rest of the summer until, of course, the big one in Tokyo. The Paralympic Games gets closer and closer and closer, and we cannot wait. With every passing day, with every passing race, these athletes are getting more prepared, quicker, faster and better. They'll be ready for Tokyo, as will we. Thanks for joining us here from Nottwil today. We really hope you've enjoyed it. And we hope to welcome you again very, very soon on the Paralympic YouTube channel. We'll see you very soon. From me, though, it's a very goodbye.